Kala Pul, the Black Bridge near Jinnah Hospital in Karachi, was a place of dread after sunset. By day, it was a bustling thoroughfare, but by night, it became a shadowy passage where the air grew heavy and the whispers of the unseen filled the darkness. Locals spoke of strange occurrences, disappearances, ghostly figures, and an eerie presence that lingered beneath the bridge. But Rahim, a pragmatic man, dismissed these tales as superstition. That was until the night he crossed Kala Pul. It was past midnight when Rahim found himself driving towards the bridge. Exhausted after a long shift at the hospital, he took the shortcut, ignoring the warnings he'd heard. As he approached, the streetlights flickered, casting jagged shadows across the road. The bridge was eerily silent, save for the low hum of his car's engine. Halfway across, Rahim noticed something in the rearview mirror, a figure standing in the middle of the road. It was a woman in a tattered white shalwar kameez, her long black hair covering her face. He slammed on the brakes, his heart racing. But when he turned to look, the road was empty. Shaken, Rahim continued driving. The whispers began soon after, soft, mournful voices calling his name. He turned up the radio, but the voices grew louder, echoing in his mind. Glancing in the rearview mirror, he saw her again. This time, she was in the back seat. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow and black. She reached out, her bony fingers inches from his neck. Rahim screamed, swerving the car. He skidded to a halt, his breath coming in ragged gasps. When he turned around, the back seat was empty. Terrified, Rahim drove off the bridge and parked near the riverbank. He needed to calm his nerves. But as he stepped out, he felt an unnatural pull towards the water. The whispers returned, guiding him to a crumbling shack hidden beneath the bridge. Inside, the air was thick with decay. The walls were covered in strange symbols, and the floor was littered with bones. In the center of the room stood an altar with an ancient book. Against his will, Rahim reached out and touched it. The room erupted in a deafening scream. The woman appeared, her face twisted in rage. She lunged at him, her nails digging into his skin. Rahim fought back, breaking free and fleeing the shack. He didn't stop until he reached his car, her screams echoing behind him. The next morning, Rahim returned to the bridge, hoping to prove it had all been a nightmare. But the shack was gone, and the riverbank was empty. As he stood there, a cold hand gripped his shoulder. He turned, but no one was there. In the distance, he heard her laughter. Rahim knew then that Kala Pul had claimed him. The bridge was no mere structure. It was a gateway to something dark, something that would never let him go. And as he walked away, he felt her presence, watching, waiting for the day he would return.